Sometimes when a fighter's back is against a wall, he may have to make a decision he may not have ordinarily made. This is an encompassing moment that Gennady Golovkin and Demetrius Andrade find themselves presently. Let's talk about to make dollars from cents. What's good, YouTube? Stormybman, and I'm back with another video editorial. Before we get started, I'd like to say shout out to the LDBC, the Lions Den boxing community, and Liberated Perspective, a third eye view of the world. For more content such as this, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. We're calling this one To Make Dollars from Cents. In two careers that have been circling, if not paralleling one another, Gennady Golovkin, aka Triple G, and Demetrius Boo Andrade find themselves in quite a similar situation, which needs to end with the result of them facing off finally against one another at some point in 2021. Let's begin with Golovkin. He, of the Mexican style, has a record of 41-1 with one draw. Golovkin, who in April of this year will turn 39 years old, has found himself back as a champion in the middleweight division, where he's holding currently the IBF and IBO middleweight titles. The thing about that is, his last loss was against Saul Canelo Alvarez in September of 2018, and he has held on very tightly to the opportunity to try and face Alvarez in a rubber match. The thing about it is, a rubber match between these two gentlemen will see an advanced aged Triple G trying to get one victory out of 3 matches against Alvarez. He is now on the downside of his career. In his latest bout in December of 2020, he faced Camille Serra-Menza, and he looked like a fighter that has passed his day. Even though Serra-Menza didn't belong in the ring with him, Triple G missed quite a few punches, though most landed. His timing wasn't quite there. You could blame the layoff. And he just didn't seem to have that snap, that zest that fighters have when they're at that weight and in that division. I blame it on age. But this is the other thing, the infrequency of fights that he's had in his career, the fact that he has avoided quality opposition and has always managed to face men he was measurably better than. Going back to Sergey Deverenchenko in October of 2019, about which many felt that Triple G lost, he hung on to a victory that should not have been awarded to him, and maybe might have forced him out of the sport if the decision had gone against him. This man needs to be shown the door, but the only way for it to happen is in the ring. That segues into Demetrius Boo Boo Andre, who in February next month of this year will turn 33 himself with a record of 29-0. Demetrius Andre is another talent in the sport who seemingly has let his best opportunities pass him by. For the junior and regular middleweight divisions, he may have been the most talented fighter during this era who did not face quality opposition, the men who could provide him with proof of his arrival and whether he remained at the top of the sport. Andre, over his last 4 fights, have fought the likes of who's who: Walter Kautukondoa, I can't even pronounce the name, Artur Akavov, Matt Saluki, and Luke Keeler. Who are these men? And that's no disrespect to the actual fighters, but these are not household names, nor names at the top of the division, which we boxing aficionados want to see. The thing about it is Andre belongs in the ring with the likes of the Charlo brothers, Triple G, Alvarez, as well as the possibilities of someone else in the division like a Deverenchenko, who Charlo has faced. Andre is the type of boxer puncher who has a great style, he has flair, he even has a little bit of charisma. He's a southpaw, has good hand speed, but he has wasted his talents by not facing any of the top level opposition. His talent has been as such that he could be favored in any other fights, but he has begged to not do it, and his infrequency of activity. As the WBO titleist and fighting on the DAZN app, he has been sitting on the shelf more than facing opposition. But as a fighter who is now going to be 33 years old, he very well may be on the downside. The inactivity may be catching up with him physically. And one fighter that he could still look good against would be Gennady Golovkin. The two of them could look good against one another. As dance partners, they both may be able to capitalize on one another's weaknesses. Their strengths may align just enough to make it a competitive fight and possibly action-packed. They may be both able to ask questions of the other that haven't been asked due to lack of quality opposition. We know that Saul Canelo Alvarez is a top-notch fighter. However, for Triple G to face one who has movement and is a southpaw, Triple G may have to find a way to pull a victory out in this instance. This fight should be made. We should start calling for it. It makes all the sense in the world, thus making dollars from making sense. These fighters need fights. They need the type of opponent who can ask the questions that no one else has asked of them. And the fans may receive the biggest payoff yet. What are your thoughts about this? I would like to see this fight take place. And maybe, just maybe, the winner gets invited to the big dance. Let's talk about it more. Let's hear other people's views on this. The matchup between Demetrius Boo Boo Andre and Gennady Golovkin. Triple G. This is Stormybman. That's all I have for you at this time. Leave comments, discuss it, let me know what your thoughts are, and hopefully we can see something like this in 2020 for these two men. Until the next time we speak, remain safe, peace,